Let me dig out your paperwork.
Okay, so it's recording. I'm going to disappear. Pull the door.
So now we have to start, watch out what we say.
You're on record.
On record. Cody, I'm Dennis Baker. Cody Smith. Nice to see you. Have a seat, Cody. Thank you for interviewing for our tech support position. Let me take a quick look here at what we have told you is our job position. Cody, you've read the job posting?
Yes, sir.
From the company here?
Yes.
Tell me, as you think about that, why do you think you'd be a good fit with this position?
I think I'd be a good fit because right now I'm going to school at College America for a bachelor's degree in computer science with a networking and information security emphasis. I'm also the IT support for the College America, so I'm learning a lot more about Microsoft Office and getting more hands-on that. And then also voice over IP, which is the phone system that we use, and also setting up the network and troubleshooting any problems that arise with either students' laptops or employees' desktops or laptops too. And just using a lot of experience of troubleshooting all that, and I just want to get my hands on learning more about technical support and getting more experience to use in the future.
All right, very good. How did you end up pursuing a career in the field of information technology?
I always had like a calling, I guess, with computers. So I've always helped my family with troubleshooting their computers, setting up printers and trying to explain how to use a laptop, and always wanted to get into working on computers as a career. I know it's like a major job field because technology is just improving every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wanting to get somewhere that I will be set for a while instead of having a job that may go away or it's not that big a job market for. So decided to go into the IT field.
It's a solid job market that's not going away. Tell me about College America and your work there. What sorts of things would you be doing within the field of IT at College America?
At College America right now, I set up the laptops for new students, each mod, which our mods are each for 4 weeks long. And at like the 4th week, I usually set up the incoming new students' laptops, get them all set up for them, to set up the printer, get them connected to Wi-Fi, and just get it set up so that when they come for the first day of school, they could jump right onto their laptops and get started with their classes. And then I also set up new employees, like we had a new person just get hired, so I had to order her a new desktop. And then once I got in, I had set up that new desktop for her and connect the phone and the desktop together, the monitors, and get it all set up for her on that. And then if there's any problems that arise, I also troubleshoot any problems that the students have that I could fix. And if I can't find the information that I don't know, I either talk to my boss, which is Paul Benedict. He's the head person for the IT here at the college. And if I can't find the answer, I go to him, or I either call our help desk, which is located in Salt Lake City, Utah. And they walk me through and tell me how to do it. So.
Do you work with the instructional staff?
Yes.
And when you said a new employee, is that a teacher or?
New employee right now, she was the newest employee we had is education assistant. She helps with our dean of the college with filing for new students or filing any paperwork that we need or doing office kind of work for that our dean can't handle because she's doing other things, or she just helps around with everybody. So
The work with instructional staff, though, what kind of work would you do with instructional staff?
with the instructional staff, I usually help them. If they have trouble with students during classes or something and they need my help, they come email me or come find me on campus, and they say, hey, we have a student that can't, their Microsoft Word or something, it's not connected right or not working, so I have to go in and help them. Or if they're having trouble with the Zoom, which is Zoom's our online classroom that students could come in online if they're busy at home, or if they're homesick or something, they could come online and actually be present in class but not be on campus. So I help them with that, and then either setting up their Outlook emails or setting them up with new phones or new laptops if they need whatever they need. I'm there for them.
So you were familiar with Zoom as a student?
Yes, sir.
And your instructional staff, when they get hired here, are they familiar with Zoom, or do they need to be brought up to speed on it?
They need to be brought up. There's some that actually worked with it beforehand that understand it somewhat, but for the most part, I have to walk them through of how to use the video camera or the mic that we have. Because we actually have, in each classroom, we have set up a special laptop and a camera and a special Bluetooth microphone for them that records like HD quality video for them. So we have to walk them through how to use it and how to turn on all that equipment. And then the actual help desk in Salt Lake City has to set them up with a account with Zoom. They get a permanent account that they could sign in each day, and they get a number that they use to send to students that the students use to join the meeting each day if they won't need to. So I had to walk them through of how to set up all that stuff too.
I suppose that when instructional staff is hired, the people on campus who do that hiring probably screen them for whether they're technophobes like myself,
Yeah.
or not. And so that you don't probably have to spend too much time with instructional staff motivating them. They are likely to be there. Okay. Solving problems, it sounds like it's a part of your IT work at College America and your understanding through your classwork. Can you think of a time when, as an employee, you were able to help solve a problem? And maybe as you think about that, how do you define the problem and implement the solution?
One of the problems I've had was we had a student's laptop reset on her once in a while, just out of the blue when she's working on Word document or just online, and it just resets on her and then comes back online and it resets on her. She got a little frustrated. She came to us, so I had to go through the troubleshooting process. I looked for scan for this computer if there was any viruses on it, which there wasn't. And then I went through the event viewer, which is the log for what happens on the computer system. And based on the event log viewer, I found out that the problem that kept restarting the computer was a kernel problem, which is the motherboard of the computer down in the main system was having issues. So the only way to fix that is to send it off for warranty work. And she was one of our newer students, so she was only been here for like maybe 2 months. And so the warranty was still really new and the computer itself was really new. So we were like, well, this is not normal. So I contacted our Velcom, which is our people that would go through for warranty and any computer related issues that we can't fix on site. And they had me send the computer to them, and they're going to be replacing the motherboard of the computer and then sending it back to our campus. And right now, when she's not, she still has to do classwork. So right now we have a loaner computer for her that she could actually do the work still while the computer's getting fixed.
You feel good about that experience of identifying the problem and mapping out a solution and following through with it?
Yes, it was a great experience. It
So
showed me
pe-
out even.
people aren't the only ones that have issues. Computers have issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Computers have issues all the time. It's not just the users.
We value teamwork and compatibility. That probably doesn't surprise you, but we realize that occasionally worker conflict can arise. Can you tell me about a time when you've had difficulty with another employee and how you might be dealt with that?
I haven't really had too much of conflict. There's always like drama in workers and coworkers and stuff.
Issues.
Yeah, small issues, like personal issues. One of my coworkers was a work study before I came IT support. So the other work study had a lot of personal issues with like dating or something, and he always brought those issues to work. Now brought him up to me, and he asked for advice for dating wise, and so I talked to him and gave him some advice and told him take it easy, take it slow. And he kept pushing, and so we got our boss involved, and we talked to him and talked to her and said that there's a point that it's okay to talk about some issues, but if you keep letting it bother you as a worker, then it will cause problems on the work site. So we all sat down as one and talked over it and said you have to keep your personal life and work life. So we worked through all that.
How do you generally feel about your ability to resolve conflict with coworkers? You haven't had a lot of experience with that, but tell me a little bit about how you feel about that.
I feel confident. I'm a people person in the first place. I get along with pretty much everybody, and I don't have any bad things that happen with me and any coworkers. If there is an issue, I usually try to talk to the person, see what the issue is, and try to sort it out with them. And if it has to, we will get the superiors involved, the managers or whatever. Go from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you think about the job position and job description as we've listed it, in what area do you feel you'll have the most to learn?
More so I would learn is more of the networking, because I haven't really had the hands-on majority experience with that. I am working right now as, like I said, as the IT support for the campus and getting that kind of experience, but I'm a fast learner, so I should be able to catch on pretty well of how to handle networking issues. And if need be, I will ask for help from either a coworker or a manager to walk me through how to understand it better and then learn from there.
You feel okay with the financial side of this job? I noticed the job posting identifies debits and credits, which says to me there'll be some book work involved. How do you feel about that side of it?
For the most part, I may have to have a little walkthrough for it to refresh my mind of how it all works. But once I see how it all works and understand it better, then I could catch on and actually do the job 100% of what you're looking for.
Okay. Will it be possible for us to see letters of recommendation from either professors or supervisors or coworkers?
I could get those for you. It is possible. The IT support boss that I have is Paul Benedict at the college.
Mhm.
He also was one of my professors at College America. I could get a letter of recommendation from him and get it to you, either email or have come in and hand it directly to you if you need to.
How do you feel about sharing your transcript with us?
Confident. Right now I'm a 3.9 GPA right now, so it's confident in however you need it.
All right. Cody, do you have questions of me?
Yes. How would the daily routines of the position be like on a daily basis of this position?
Come in late, sleep in, have donuts with the rest of us, go out to lunch, and meet out by the cars and have some beers, and then we'll go home. We will. Obviously, obviously, I'm not an IT guy who can speak to the daily routines. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Do you have any other questions?
How soon would I be hearing from you from either having a follow-up appointment with you or about getting the position?
All right. Cody, thank you for interviewing with me, and thank you for your interest in our position. It looks to me like you're a very strong candidate, and we have other candidates. So as soon as we are done with our interviews, then I will be in touch with you, let you know how your standing is, and appreciate you taking time with me this morning.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Cody, before you leave, and I know we're on the recording, but I'd like to give you a little feedback.
Yes, sir.
On the interview, and because it is recorded, my guess is Michael will base his evaluation on what he sees more than me, although I will be filling out an evaluation form. Interviews will almost always start out with some kind of a question that you are the expert on, and that's yourself. Something like, how do you see yourself matching up with this job? Why do you want this job? Why should I hire you?
Okay.
And those are not questions that are going to be asked of you because I have the answer, but I am interested in your answer.
Yeah.
So be real familiar with specific job requirements and very specific about matching up. There'll be something in there about people skills, strong computer skills, basic understanding of IP address schemes, network fundamentals, those kinds of things. You can specifically refer to those.
Okay.
And then when I ask, why did you choose the field of IT? Again, I don't have the answer to that. You're the expert, but convince me, you know, I just love this field. You know, it's got challenge, it's got opportunities for growth. Your answer was an excellent answer. It's going to be there. This is a reliable field. It's going to be there, and that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I really want to know, well, I can tell you some other reliable fields. Why did you pick this one? I want to know about your love for IT.
Okay.
Okay. Solving problems, you didn't seem to have any trouble answering that question, in the sense that I think that's what you do.
Yep.
That's pretty much what you do.
Yeah.
Teamwork compatibility, you mentioned a worker that the two of you were not seeing eye to eye. You went to the supervisor. Always, and that's good, to involve the supervisor when it becomes necessary, but always be real positive about your own initiative
Yeah.
to try to resolve the problem. Networking. You mentioned that as an area of possible growth. What's your major here? It's
Networking and information security.
okay. That's why I thought that was an interesting response, because that should be a strength for you, and yet you identified it as a challenge. If in fact you feel like it will be a challenge, it might be a good thing to either not say it, or to say it as if you understand at a deeper level why it's a challenge. Because I just finished a degree in networking. It should not be a challenge for me, but there's some things about networking that are unique to different work situations. That's where I feel like I'm going to need to grow, is in understanding that in your work situation.
Okay.
If you leave it as my college major is an area that I feel like I might need to grow in, that's probably not going to set very well on my mind. Okay. And here's what I've been telling all the mock interviewees, and in a minute I'll tell you why I think I have the right to say anything about your interview. Your 3.9 GPA, let's see, mentioned, that was in reference to college transcript and so on. Real strong. A 3.9 is nothing to sneeze at. But congratulations. That's really good. And you're probably humble about that and think, well, I don't want to toot my horn or sound like I'm tooting my horn, but to say I have had a good academic experience at College America, and I've been very successful academically, my 3.9 GPA should represent the fact that I feel like I do understand material and comprehend it. You asked about daily routine and how soon will I know. Here's what my feeling, and Michael may have some different feelings on this, but demonstrate that my time is valuable by saying, I do have a couple of questions, and they're important to me, because that last little part is something we sometimes forget. We think, just as long as I ask a question. And it is good to have a couple of questions, but know why they're important to you. If they're important to you, then they're important to me. Then they're worth my time. But if I think, is he really just asking that because, or whatever? So I kind of have some questions about the daily routine. And the reason that's important to me is, I can't tell you what that reason is. You have to come up with it. So as you think about what sort of questions will I want to ask them at the end of my interview, because they will give you that opportunity. Hopefully they will. Also be thinking, and why is that important for me, so that I can explain to them, and that's important to me because. How soon will I hear? That's kind of important to me because I am interviewing for other jobs. Sometimes my experience has been that I never hear back, and I realize that I've waited too long. Or maybe, how soon will I hear from you? And that's important because I'm thinking in my own mind, if I don't hear from you, do I need to call you back? Can I call you back? So any of those things, they open the door for me to think as the interviewer, but that's important to him. So let me answer it as honestly as I can. Okay. Cody, a good interview. Your eye contact's excellent. Your body, you're just sitting there calmly, and I think when you see the tape back, you'll think, I wish I was a little smoother in the flow of my answer. But that's because you're getting into this interview thing. As you interview a few times, you get better at that. Much better at that. So I'm honored that I had a chance to do your interview. I was going to tell you why. I was a career services director here for a number of years, but I was an administrator in public schools, and I probably hired over 2,000 people with all the interviews, multiple interviews for each one of those positions over the years. And the positions cover everything from our own IT people to custodians, bus drivers, classroom teachers, administrators. So I've had that experience, and hopefully my interview was helpful to you.
It was very.
I wish you good luck, Cody.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thanks for helping us this morning too with this part of it. Okay, well, let's go find out if we've got another victim out here. I am going to take a minute to fill out your evaluation, but he can send in the next person whenever they're ready.
Sounds good.